Hello, people of the internets. It's your boy, Skinny Penis. And today we're going to play Prins von Oranje live. So I can finally give my opinion on it. Played it a lot. Also actually had a few 300k games, I think 2 or 3. Most of them just pretty AFK farming though, so I don't know. Maybe if I have another highlight video, an actual good one, and I should upload it. Also, the last one I got, the last 300k game I got, I was just humped by a CV, so you would see me shoot down planes for half the game, which I don't know. Maybe people don't need to see it. Anyways, Prins von Oranje. Double sub gameplay, pretty bad. Obviously, like a Guden, you don't have plane ASW. So submarines are something you don't want to play against. On top of everything, you're also not running propulsion mod, but airstrike mod. We will go into the spec between the games. But yeah, you're running airstrike mod for the reload and the HP on the planes. Therefore, submarines can cuck you pretty hard because you're not getting your ship to move, which makes homing torpedoes extremely dangerous. But what's the point of the ship? Basically just a heavier gun-focused Guden. I mean, the hull itself, everything it is a Guden. You lose the ability to fast heal. The heal has a normal cooldown, but in return you only burn for 30 seconds. On top of that, you do get smaller guns, but quad turrets. Your guns still overmatch light cruisers. You will be able to overmatch type minnow Brisbanes. Stuff like that, it's not a problem. You have better reload, you have more HE DPM, your HE pens 39, sadly not 40, but 39, which means US and BBs are suffering to you. So yeah, the guns are better. You have normal cruiser dispersion. It's a kite gun focused farm cruiser, and on top of everything, the airstrike still remains, just in a changed version. Your airstrike penetrates more. It penetrates 46 millimeters, not 36 or 38. No, it's 36 or 37. You don't pen USN BB decks on Guden. With this thing here, you suddenly do pen 46, which means you penetrate through 40 decks, you penetrate through 38 decks. So a lot of ships you suddenly penetrate, like Petro, USN BBs, some cruisers, like for example a Novo or Riga with 35 deck, you would suddenly penetrate. Yeah, and you have 15 kilometers of range. In return though, your airstrike reloads longer. It is bigger. It is bigger and harder to lead though. So like the lead time increases. It gets 2 or 3 seconds additionally to lead it. But it's a bigger airstrike. Therefore, if you hit it, you deal more damage. That's very nice. As you can see here, my penetration is enough to Citadel Cruiser's max range. You deal more damage if you hit it, but it is harder to hit and you don't get that many. Like a Ledge Guden, if you want to go airstrike focus, a Ledge Guden is probably more effective and also easier to play. The problem just with Ledge Guden is you don't have the gun DPM. The guns are definitely not as good as on this ship. You get a lot more gunpower. Currently, I would generally say this and Hoffman are both worth it. They're going out of the store, so if you ask yourself the question if you should get a steel ship that is currently in the store or these ships, then get these ships because they're leaving. You can just keep the you can run up your steel again after the event and get the ships that are in the store at the moment afterwards anyways. So get those ships. I think they're really worth it. Both good ships. Only issue currently with the Prins, but that should be fixed at some point, is that that there's a bug with the turrets, which means the turrets basically break on contact with any sort of HE. Any caliber HE basically disables your turret, which is really annoying, and it can also kill you extremely fast in a nose-in or even like a close range trade with another cruiser, even a kite trade. If you lose, like, you don't have the biggest amount of DPM. Your guns pen a lot, they overmatch, and they have great HE alpha and fire chance. But the problem becomes obviously if you lose parts of your guns. It's only 3 turrets. If you lose 1 turret, that's a lot of gun impact lost. Therefore, you're not going to be as effective really anymore, and you may even lose some trades against cruisers just because the bug exists. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating to play at the moment. I definitely wouldn't say it's a fun time in it, because it would be nicer to just have a a normal gameplay without bugs. Well, can only hope that Wargaming fixes it faster than one might think. It's not a CV though, as I said in the Hoffman video, so therefore we won't see any sort of bug fixing fast, I would say. Enemy team is focusing me pretty hard. Good thing on this ship, obviously, you have concealment, so technically you can go dark whenever you want here in this situation. Like, I don't really have to stay lit. Also, you gotta remember that my heal cooldown isn't as fast, so therefore I should probably look into going dark if I need to. Thing is, you get Hydra and Def AA as well. The AA on the ship is extremely good, same as Guden. It's great, it's amazing. You can shoot down and fuck on carriers a lot. Not that hard. Then again, the gameplay in a lot of games becomes a bit stale. Like, as you can see here, I'm just kiting. You do have an overmatchable deck as a nose. You get an icebreaker though, so nose in you will most likely not eat too many citadels. As in, it's a bit of a different story. As in, you can definitely eat a lot of cits. The AP is strong, the HE is strong. Definitely a great gun-focused cruiser. And also something that it's good at is because of the good AA, right? And also the... oh, nice, I'm getting focus again. Because of the AA, you can also enter into a lot of... okay, nice, cool. You can enter into a lot of these Guden drop fights. The reason I'm kited in most of the games in Oranje would be the same reason I would be kited in like Guden these days. Is there's a lot of Gudens, there's a lot of Oranjes running around, even Trumps. The problem is, if you sit on an island, you probably bring an island in between you and the enemy. Therefore, you can't flank the enemy strikes, which is a problem. You need for the AA to cuck the strikes if they come in. You need to be able to get them with flag, def AA flag. But you can only kind of do that really effectively if you won't sit on an island, because if I have fat islands in between me and the flag and the strike, I won't be able to to hit him with flag. Therefore, being a bit kited off the island so I can always leave is great. And also, obviously, you're the easiest target if you sit on the island. Like, it's extremely easy to just cuck you down with strikes in these metas where there's a lot of Udens running around, a lot of Princes running around. It's extremely easy to fuck with you if you sit on an island. Therefore, just being safe until you know where the strike monkey is pretty good. As you can see here, I hit a 12.5k strike. After that, I hit an 11k strike. The airstrikes have more alpha if you hit them, as I said in the beginning. They're just harder to lead. As you could see on the fast-moving Borg, I had to take a lot of lead to actually get him. I hit both, which is great. Like, slowly but surely I'm learning also to lead them further away, but Guden drops are definitely easier to lead. The new light cruiser line will have even easier lead time and faster spam, but therefore they don't penetrate a lot. That there's always like a downside. But yeah, what you want to see is stationary targets that, I don't know, are stuck on an island or are only reversing out to maybe get dark or something. That's like amazing. And to give you like an idea about the potential, I did hit Montanas for nearly 40k alpha in a double fire. I did 55k alpha in 2 strikes to a Conqueror, setting him on a triple perma. These strikes, if they hit hard. Another thing you have to keep in mind though, if you play this ship and you drop people, you don't really want to drop AA bubbles that sit, as I said, away from islands, because they get enough room and space that they see the flight coming in. They get enough room and space to proc, not to proc, but to give their flag time to hit. And if they then on top have def AA, your strikes can be shot down. Obviously, your strikes don't dodge. Therefore, if you get if you receive the hits, if you receive the flag hits that are def AA infused, your planes will be going down. There's nothing you can do, basically. I did lose a lot of HP. I'm already down 3 heals. My team didn't really... This guy's blind dropping for some reason. I don't know. My team did not really manage to do anything on the other side. They basically invited the enemy team into our spawn. Something is sitting in the cap. That's the submarine. Hopefully someone shoots it from my side. There's a Smolensk waiting over there. I don't really know what to do. The Ven and the Yamato are kiting again. The Prince is coming in. I think I hope to just kill the Schlieffen with my Prince. Would be possible. Oh, right. It went dark. Okay. That's bad. That is a Haaland. No, a Haaland. There is a full HP Borg. Okay. Like, okay, we killed the sub. The Borg is just AFKing. That's why they push through the other flank. Don't really know how to play this now. Yamato sniping me. Schlieffen. Probably gonna turn it around and try to get to the island again. Try to get into drop range of the Prince, because he's most likely going to sit in between the islands. Obviously, even though I have great concealment, I will just be permalit here. The Yamato hits me here, turning in. He hits me turning in. If the Schlieffen gets citadels here, he gets citadels. I don't really see any other play apart from turning it in and chancing it. I'm gonna Hydro now because the Haaland Torps should be up soon again. Yeah, there you go. The Schlieffen is shooting me. He hits me, he hits me. This is just a game to forget about. Nothing you can really do. Should have never come out and guided you. I mean, like, I had to kill the Borg and I kind of wanted to get away from the Yamato a bit there. But yeah, not looking too hot. I have both strikes ready, so I should probably try to get those into the game again. That guy doesn't have a lot of HP, so I think like me lighting him here real quick. It wasn't actually me, it was the Ven. Maybe we can kill him here. 10k isn't a lot really to play with. Maybe I can also get back into the... Maybe I can get back into the cap. Well, no, I won't. Well, now there's really nothing I can do. If I stay lit up, I mean, I will stay lit after shooting. Probably blind the Smolly. I have a lot of shells. There you can see the Smolensk HE actually disabled my turrets, by the way. I don't understand why I'm not hitting him. I disabled my turrets again. As you can see, like, you shouldn't be losing these kind of trades that easy against a light cruiser, but the moment you also lose turrets, it's kind of completely cooked. Nothing you can do, really. Oh. At least he's not switching to AP, huh? Overpens only. Hope I get another shot blind, but that's about it. Well, 7 overpens and a sit blind. If I had a bit more HP, I'll probably kill him because I dodged all torps. This is obviously something that, like, I just can't... I can't understand it. It's full HP. He's just losing us the game on purpose. Obviously, the DD from the other side wasn't the smartest cookie either. He also died immediately in a Lushun, which is actually sad because enemy team only had Haaland, Trump, Haaland on the other side. Lushun outspots it. Lushun out DPMs and out heals it. Just invites a Smolly into our spawn. Yeah, well, that game was definitely a loss. 173k though. You get a lot of damage really quick on this boat. Yeah, the pen, you have the fire chance, and the drops can hit pretty massively too. Was a decent game in terms of damage, but yeah, well, a loss is a loss. Oranje, as it's still worth it. The problem is just if you want to win games, you're gonna have a harder time on this one. It doesn't get radar. And the turret thing kind of really just annoys me, and it should be hotfixed, but they're apparently incapable of doing it. But yeah, let's go into the spec real quick. Module-wise, obviously want a Hydro mod. You can play without it, but I just like it. It depends on how much coal you have. You obviously want to run reload, not range. Airstrike modification. Thing is really just like the reload time is insane, 20% obviously, but also the airstrike aircraft HP is massive. If you don't run the 25% extra HP, basically flak Defe infused flak array kind of kills your airstrikes instant. and not a lot goes through ever, apart from like drops on Yamatos or Musashis, I guess, or BBs that are alone. But yeah, the HP is also something. It makes your strike actually survivable against normal AA. Even without def AA, people shoot down a lot more planes with that. Issue is you obviously drop prop mods, so your dodging, your open water gunning becomes a lot harder. It should still be possible to deal with it though, because this just gives you a lot more value. Also, the reload on the airstrikes becomes obscenely long if you don't run that. I mean, I'm minus 22 seconds here. If I have 22 on each strike more, that's a lot more. So like, kind of worth it. On the captain, I personally run always an awkward spec because I want PT and the skill. Therefore, I can't get a 4-pointer. Even if I drop this, I can only get another 3-pointer, which is useless, and therefore I just take a 1-pointer and a 2-pointer additionally. If you drop a priority target and you just play without this, you can get another 4-pointer. Maybe even worth it. You can get top grade, you can get outnumbered. I think either one are pretty nice. Outnumbered probably less valuable because you get to have a lot of base range. Top grade could be great because you have a lot of nose-in fights. Sadly though, currently the nose-in fights are completely fucked for you anyways in most scenarios because you just lose your front turrets against HA spam. So kind of whatever. But I always play this spec on Guden and Oranje and other airstrike cruises then probably too. Like if the new line drops, I'd probably run something similar. This guy here is for a cheap amount of coal or doubloons. You should get it because he gets an improved focus firing training, which basically just improves the reload time on your airstrike even further. So yeah, that's the spec. Technically I could drop survivability expert and go for a 4-pointer, but I like to have a lot of HP, you know. Generally just play it safe. Don't try to get fancy. There's obviously the specs where you drop survivability expert and like 2-pointers and shit, like priority target and stuff, and you go for outnumbered and top grade. You can also drop concealment and go for 2 4-pointers. I like to just play it safe, most amount of HP and concealment that I can get. In terms of damage output, I'm obviously cucking myself. I would deal more damage with outnumbered top grade specs and a bit more lighthouse-ish because I shoot down on cooldown anyways. I just like to keep it a bit more simple and yeah, it gives me a better feeling. Could probably min-max that a bit better, but yeah. In terms of understanding and learning the game, I would advise people to go for survivability, utility, and concealment in anyways until you basically understand the game on a level, for example, that John does, and John then runs a bunch of lighthouse builds, but he also knows how to play without, or he knew how to play with concealment before. So yeah, that's kind of like the logical process. You play with concealment and understand everything about the game first, then you go fancy lighthouse, min-maxing, and more damage. Yo, next map, actually even worse spot. I mean, it's easier to play this in a Prins than in a Guden, I would assume. You have more range. You basically get built-in range. Guden only reaches that range with range mod. You have a longer range airstrike, and you are better in kite in terms of DPM anyways. So yeah, Okinawa seaside, it's kind of fine. Just gonna go into kite, gonna play close-ish to the cap. Support my DD and stuff. Obviously the guns are great in terms of penning and penning cruisers and battleships, setting cruisers and battleships on fire, but your Alpha Strike and your 12 shell volley also deals a lot of damage to destroyers. Like, oh boy, I did definitely get some 8-9k hits on DDs. 6-7k is very, very, very common. You do pump a lot of DPM into them. Yeah. As said, like the ship itself, great. It's definitely worth it, especially since it leaves. You can also, it's a premium ship, you can share the captain with Guden. Only thing I see that is extremely annoying is the guns, and it's just actually making the ship super fucking annoying to play. But yeah. Hoffman or this, most likely up to you in terms of what like class you like to play. If you don't play cruises, don't get it. If you don't play DDs, don't get Hoffman. Otherwise, personally for me, I would rather get a Hoffman because I can also just play a Guden or soon the light cruiser line, so there's a lot of airstrike gameplay anyways. And to be honest, it's still just a kited cruiser. Sometimes you sit nose in on a rock, but that's about it. So yeah, I would prefer the Hoffman a bit more just because also Hoffman is way easier to win games with. Hoffman has way more objective play. This one here does just deal a fuck ton of damage if you wanted to. Like, the ship is, and it has an insane damage output. That's kind of why you play it over Guden. It deals more damage. With guns, Guden basically needs situations where you can use the airstrikes more. So yeah, if everyone camps in spawn, for example, and you only get ships that you don't pen, you're not going to get that much damage out of a Guden, but you will get a lot more out of this. As you can see, just gonna farm. The base range is so high on a double fire. Yeah, the fire chance, by the way, especially with the improved captain skill, is 21.5. Captain skill gives you 1.5% more fire chance instead of 1%. So yeah, 21.5 with flags and captain skill. You do set a lot of fires, and yeah, once again, one of those situations where you can see that newer cruises just get way higher fire chances, basically. The Commissar, the Cerberus, now the Oranje thing. I don't understand why they get these fire chances. I mean, good for us, I guess, because most people run no fire prevention. So therefore this GK just burns down, as you can see, very nicely. We are cooking. Got a lot of actually arsonists on this one very early in the game. The thing is, if BBs sit in a way that you can actually airstrike them 100%, like First Blood Arsonist to the Wisconsin without, he also had no fire prevention the other day on stream. That's kind of the thing, like if they DCP one fire and if you make your airstrikes hit, they will burn down instant. The airstrikes have so many bombs, as I said, they're bigger than the Guden ones, that you will most likely burn people absolutely to shit. It's crazy. Like, not really like a gamble anymore. Guden strikes can just not get a fire sometimes, here and there, you know. Okay, okay, we have a random fucking Yodo in the middle of the map. Going to actually try and hit him with a drop, by the way. I find that very interesting. I mean, I don't really have a use for my airstrike, right? So if you don't have a use for it, you can just use it. He won't make the full turn, so you won't be able to hit him, Sag. Very, very, very gamble-esque drop. But yeah, as I said, I have no purpose for it, right? Like, there's nothing else in range. There will be nothing else in range for a while. Yodo kind of the same thing, loses a lot of turrets to other cruisers HE, or HE in general. Funny part is, though, that those turrets just don't have armor. It's not a bug. This one here just has a bug. The turret shouldn't break. They look kind of interesting. You know, like just I think a Gibraltar copy-paste turret, that's about it. Well, yeah, Yodo inted. Now, I wanted to turn around already. Now I'm just gonna turn around and run it mid. 2 BBs are already dead. Granatenfritz and Xovix. Whatever. Like, he never had a lot of hopes for those two anyways. We did not get proven wrong. They just inted. Lurking Raven is reversing into the middle of the map with his Svea. Can I? No, I can't drop that. Got a fire. Very nice. Penetrate like every cruiser, basically. Sadly, as I said, you don't get 40, so you fucking suffer against Petro Napolis again. It would have been very, very interesting to penetrate a Petro with the drops and the guns. Would kind of have made it an extreme Petro counter, because Petros like to sit on islands. You like to be open water kited in this thing, so you could just park in front of it, use your airstrikes to great effect, and if needed, drop the asshole with your strikes, get either permafires or force the DCP for your main guns. Oh. Submarine surviving Enola Gay again, basically. Pretty annoying. Don't have Hydra at the moment. There's only the Svea Pete, shouldn't be too bad. Something like Minotaurs, Brisbanes, you love to see, like, easy overmatch when they're flat. Like, your Alpha Strike on a flat broadside is amazing, your penetration is amazing. You're just cucking light cruisers on cooldown if you want to. Also look at the 4-gun dispersion always looks really, really good. It's actually not like better. I think the dispersion curve is literally the same, obviously, as any other cruiser. It just looks cooler because they're all grouped together. That's about it. Nothing special, really. Yeah, we did a lot of damage to that guy. Yeah, he's dead. 7 overpens still though. Obviously you have a lot of pens, so light cruisers can be overpen flat. But yeah, as you see, like against cruisers flats, specifically the ones you overmatch. I mean, you don't overmatch Svea, by the way, but I mean, he parks flat, sure. Just take the 20k hit. You don't even have that much HP. And as you can see, 6 hits on this with a fire. You're really fucking cracked at humping destroyers to shit. To turn into the... have to kind of turn into the Colombo. I don't want to get fucked by him. I'm really just running it around in the middle of the map, eh? Not really giving too many fucks. Kind of want to just dive on an island and be safe. Could die here, by the way. All about the Colombo and what he does to me. Could start striking the Colombo. Okay, nice. Not that bad. The mini pedophile over there is just permakiting me. I will just turn to the rock and play it safe. Hope the submarine dies over there. That would be really good. I can also just go dark here if the sub died. Ah, sub died. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Put a confed. Obviously something like top grade would help here when people are in your... We'll lose a few planes here. Inevitable, because... yeah. The minnow has AA on it, but both ships don't have DFA, so... I see. 11k. I don't penetrate that, man. I still did 11k double fire. Like, if they hit, they are very, very secure damage. That guy won't heal, interestingly enough. He's just dead. Nice. Very funny. Can't see the Colombo now, sadly. That would be cool if I would be able to see him. Could just drop him for permas. But yeah. And what? Oh, there you go. Take a lot of lead there. A lot of lead. I think the Hayata is spotting me from behind. Or the sub, but I should be dark here. Oh, that's the Hayata's already over there. Okay. Understandable. Have a nice day. Got a fire, 7k. Yeah, I said like you don't penetrate him, and he's also like if he would be nose in and I could go the entire length of the ship, I would deal a lot more damage. But I mean, one perma fire is enough. You have 13 fires already. Deal a lot of fucking damage with this ship. Got a Wither again. We're on 170 again. Ship deals a lot more damage than Guden. Like Guden can deal a lot of damage too. Same damage numbers really, but this one here does it a lot easier and more consistent. That's just the way it is. Very interesting play by the Colombo. Okay, he just died to the Peats. Cool. Someone must have hit him flat, right? Or submarine hit Peats. Like this guy was 60 something k when I hit him with the strike at the perma. So I don't know. I don't want to run away from this, by the way. Run it at the Venezia. I have a pink Colombo that sits in the water on the other side. Also very interesting. Now he's just gonna go flat to shoot me and die to the great Colombo guy. Pretty good. Would really enjoy it for this guy not to be flat to the battleships, but apparently he likes it a lot. There we go, get to 200 here. You know, if I would hit my shells on actual parts of his ship that I pen, I would also get a lot more damage. Like 200k. And then like last game is just the perfect example what happens when your team makes a complete flank collapse, and on top of everything they also we also have a DD that it's like you don't have the radar. So therefore you kind of are also in need of your DD's carrier, whatever it is, submarine, to spot for you. If you have spotting, you will deal a lot of damage and you will win games easily. If the DDs die, you will have a very hard time. Ship is obviously like a Guden, you're not gonna magically catch destroyers that easy. Therefore, don't get your hopes up too high when your DD's in. You likely will lose the game. Oh, cool. Okay. I'm gonna heal now. This man has kited me the entire fucking game. I don't have the HP really anymore to use my back turret and allow him to pen me, so what we will do is just go funny nose in and watch him suffocate on my nose turrets. Most likely will break turrets at some point. I think the sap ones can do it too. I'm not 100% sure, but you can see that dispersions always look good, but in the end it's kind of the same thing as any other cruiser. Okay, ETCP is a turret, very smart. I should have used my drops a while ago, wait a second. What the fuck is he doing? He's just turning his entire ship now and keeping only back turrets on me to avoid the drops? Or what am I looking at? Now he's going flat to get his front guns around. I'm very intrigued by this gameplay. Ain't gonna lie. Very intrigued. Warping. Oh, he's just burning out. Nice, we won the game. 246k, as you can see. Yeah, the moment you go nose in, the sap guy won't deal a lot of damage to you. It's not like a Lorio or a Colombo that can overmatch certain parts or just penetrate anyways. Venezia suffers a bit if cruisers go nose in. Don't know what the fuck he was doing. Very interesting battleship we had there again. I think they're like on they're pink and 0 XP on purpose. Okay, someone likes anime very much. Actually the Borg beat us. I think he dealt a lot more damage to the both subs and probably DDs. Also got 5 kills, which is a multiplier. 246k though, farmed a lot of damage, 17 fires. There was only 3 BBs, and I could only really farm the GK. The Colombo was only with airstrikes, and the Liptard I never shot. Still 246. As I said, great ship. Lots of damage output, very secure damage. Guns are easy to hit. Yeah, it's just worth it. Yeah, it does cost a lot. Like you can get one ship with the coupon for 30k steel. So that one is probably the more interesting one for people to get. Otherwise, I mean, if you have the money, just spend it on the crates. You will get the ships very fast. Yo, maybe I should have disabled alerts. But yeah. Personal preference, really. Do you want a DD? Do you want a cruiser? If not, get both. Fuck Chikuma too. I personally have like 180 or a bit more even average damage, even though I had 3, 4, 5 complete 0 damage games by just inting. Yeah, it does pump out great amounts of damage. Armor layout, by the way, as you can see, like the turrets are heavily armored. They should not break to HE. It's just a bug. Therefore, you can expect that to at least be removed somewhere in the near future, we hope. If it only happens in a year, then sorry guys. Couldn't really do much, but yeah, I hope they fix it fast. Would make the ship a lot stronger. They shouldn't break. They do. Whatever. Great ship. As you can see, by the way, here you do have an icebreaker, which is amazing. Only the nose part is 25. As in, you're a lot weaker. You can get citadel very easily through this here. So be aware. The sides are 40 like a Guden. The deck is 30. So like overmatching plunging fire is a problem. Side platings, you can bait a lot of shots. Close range. So you are decently tanky against battleships. You'd still suffer against HE spam, even if you only get 30-second fires. In the end, though, if they would have changed anything about that, like terms of improve the armor or give it a fast heal as well, the ship would become borderline kind of busted at the moment they fix the turrets. So yeah, I would get both. You already had the Hoffman video. I will play it live to have some fun farming from Kite with this ship, and see you in the next video.